Welcome to episode 15 of Skippable Cutscenes. Can I have everyone introduce themselves?
Hello, I'm Marissa. I am playing Vera, the Bard.
I am Zombie Cleo, and I am playing Gilly.
I am Will, and I am playing Step.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and you know me as Judgment, the Tiefling Dragonborn Sorceress.
When we last left our heroes, they had just repelled an ambush by the Dandy Orc pirates. During the battle, they managed to take one of the orcs prisoner. We return to Vera, Step, Gilly, and Judgment on the deck of the Lebkuchen. Gilly is currently in the form of a kangaroo. Their ship took enough damage during the assault that they are heading to the nearest port to make repairs. Alright, combat has just ended. The pirate ship is starting to fade in the distance, and you are looping around the island of Ravenna to make it back to port.
How long will it
The
take?
captain comes over, Captain Marigold, and says, "That went way better than I thought it would."
Yeah, to be honest, it went better than we thought it would, too.
They looked pretty scary, but
I am training to be a pirate.
I mean,
I open my
they're
mouth
not
to agree
all
and a fish
dead,
falls
though.
out.
Mama Kangaroo is going to look for baby kangaroo.
Jimmy!
you catch up to Samir, who
Oh yeah, did Samir live?
honestly, I put a list of order that they were all going to die if they got hit, but no one got hit because they were all focused on you. 'Cause they never made it on the ship. Samir's fine and Jimmy's fine, and he hands your kangaroo back over. It's like, that's. I feel pretty good about today. I was worried that we were all going to die, and we didn't. Thank you.
Yeah, I was worried we were all going to die, too.
I wasn't.
Gilly is just going to boop in kangaroo form, which is a scary thing. A kangaroo, she's gonna boop Samir on the nose.
He smiles.
Dungeon Master, the list of people that were going to die, was the baby kangaroo on that list?
I mean, if everybody died that was there.
Okay.
Oh.
But let's be honest, the baby
We're
kangaroo was going to be
kill
last
a
to
baby
die.
kangaroo. Wow.
It's always a possibility. Speaking of baby animals that may not be alive,
Oh yeah.
Judgment, you should roll an investigation check to see if you can find nibbles.
Okay.
I heard nipples then, so
We
Find
can
the
definitely
nipples.
find nipples.
find nipples.
I rolled 16.
Okay. You look around for a bit, and you see nibbles on the side of the ship, sort of just barely holding on.
Oh, I run over and I grab her and I check her to see if she's safe and if she didn't
Roll a medicine check.
get any fleas or anything. 12.
From the orcs.
Yes.
They actually were very well-groomed orcs.
Yeah, they
well
were.
ignored.
So, frankly, it could be the other way.
They're
She's
rats,
got orc
though.
crabs. Anyway, roll a medicine check.
12.
Yeah, she seems fine.
Oh,
I mean,
good.
a little. Looks like she had to swim to catch onto the ship, clawed up, and was exhausted. But
Oh, I'm going to kiss her on a little head and
Aw.
like boop her nose and just tickle her tummy a little bit and just cuddle her and dry her off and then just put her in my inside pocket. And I turn to Gilly and I ask her, excuse me, Miss Jimmy, could you maybe still give me a good berry for my heroic nibbles?
Gilly just pauses for a second, and then just looks in her pouch and just turns back into Gilly and goes, fine.
Yes.
Ew, yeah, like reach in there.
She will cast some good berries.
Thank
All right.
you. And I give
10
one
good berries
to
pop into her
Nibbles.
hand, and she passes them out.
Yay! Can we all eat them?
Everyone who eats one will gain 1 hit point per good berry eaten.
Well,
I
how much
didn't
time do we
lose
have
any,
before
though.
we get back to shore?
It's gonna be better part of a day.
Oh, that's
so
good.
it's- I think I'm just gonna go take a proper rest.
So, just so that everyone knows, since we are going back to
and
Ravenna, I would like
you do
you
have a
all
prisoner,
to.
by the way.
We do
Yeah.
have a prisoner.
He is in a potato sack. And-
At this time, they've moved him down to the potato sack room, which they now have sealed
Good.
up, and he has been removed of any weapons.
I would like to make everyone aware that I have a disguise kit, and I don't know how big it is, but we have a way of disguising ourselves in that
Can you
sense.
disguise me?
I mean, I dig around
Have
in
you got
it.
like a Gollum-sized pair of fake glasses and nose in there or something?
I have
We
a
draw a nose on you.
Gollum-sized. I have a Gollum-sized wig. If that helps. I think
I'm
we
not
should
sure it
try.
does.
Well, I mean, it's better than nothing, no?
Is it?
I mean, is it not? Do you not want to see Step in a wig? Be honest.
Well,
now.
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
could just-
You're right. That's a good point.
So I pull out this wig and I plant it on Step's head. There you go. Pretty.
The captain walks up to you and says, "Oh wow, you look like a restaurant critic."
So if we have the better part of the day, then I would like to discuss something with Captain Marigold.
All right.
I think it's Captain Marigold, right?
It is Captain
Yes.
Marigold.
No, I mean that I want to discuss this with.
Oh.
Though, Vera, when you turn around and start to go track down the captain, you see standing there Tara, who was sort of the
Tara?
Tara.
Yeah, I don't remember Tara. Sorry.
Tara is a human, except
Okay.
she has violet eyes, which means she's probably very distantly half elf, but not enough to matter. Her hair's braided on the side, and she says, "You know, you have really good form. I think with a little bit more work, you could be better. If you want to, if you want me to show you some stuff, I can do that later.
Wait.
If you
Is she
wanted
flirting
any,
with me, or is she asking me to train?
I believe she is offering you fighter training. Whether or not you're
Possibly
flirting is up to you to decide later with charisma checks.
Okay. Yes. No, I do. I actually do want to.
So Tara is someone in the crew?
I forgot about
or
Tara.
what?
I don't actually remember Tara. To be.
No, I don't
I
have her
completely
noted
don't
down in
remember
the crew
Tara. I'm
either.
sorry.
It's been so long since we recorded the last episode. That's why. No, she was the one who was sort of handing out crossbows and looked like she was commanding the forces for the assault.
Then yeah, I do in fact want fighter training.
Okay. All right. So you can now find Captain Marigold if you would like to.
Actually, we also so I was actually thinking of Captain Marigold as the fighter anyway, but no,
okay.
it's Tara.
I intercepted that really easily then.
All right, so let's go find that orc.
Is that it? So everyone wants to head down?
Yeah,
I'm-
sure.
I'm-
Yeah, sure.
I'm good.
Everybody heads down to the orc. There's currently like 2 guards posted by the door.
Mm-hmm.
And they yield to you to whatever you'd like to do. The orc is sitting there.
I would like to first take out a. I think we should play a victory song.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I know what she's doing.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and I'll play a sea shanty on my accordion, and after a minute, the orc can make a wisdom check to see if he's charmed by me.
11, so that's a failure.
That is a failure. Okay. So according to this, he idolizes
I like your
me.
song.
Says,
It reminds
"Thank
me.
you."
It gets my blood pumping.
Why? I guess I have to ask. Why did you attack us?
We're pirates.
Do we look like we have valuables?
You never know until you never know what you're getting into, and apparently we didn't know what we were getting into.
I mean, have you seen Step?
Yeah, that's true.
He
Well,
sounds like, yeah.
you have one of these too, though, right?
Yeah.
He seems pretty tough.
He's really tough.
And your captain,
So they're charmed. What's the full set of
basically, they're friendly. They think that they think. Let's see what the actual thing is, because it basically says in this case he idolizes me,
Aw.
and
Oh, you've got a little orc minion now.
well, it only lasts for an
let's
hour.
see.
But
Charmed creature can attack, and a charmed creature has advantage on ability check to interact socially with the creature. So you would still have to potentially do
yeah,
persuasion checks.
I would still
but
have
you
to
would
do
have
persuasion
advantage.
checks.
Okay, so if he wants to really try and keep something secret, he can. It's just going to be
Sure.
difficult.
But I'm also
Okay.
trying to be somewhat I'm not trying to just like directly interrogate him.
Yeah, you're not
like,
gonna like push him down and say, "Where's the bomb?"
Do you remember that
Yeah.
sketch? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, your captain seems quite capable.
His eyes widen a little bit, and he goes, "You mean she's not really our captain? She's amazing.
Oh.
Oh, but she's not your captain?
I mean, our captain is the one who led the attack.
Oh, okay. So she's not a leader. She is more of a hired help or something like that.
Oh no, she's the leader, but the captain of the ship, the person who tells the ship what to do, like day to day, is. God, where's my list of orc names? He says
Not
an orc
her.
name.
Yeah. Jimmy Two Axe. Wait, they can't all be Jimmy.
Another Jimmy?
No, they're Jimmy. It's spelled differently though. There's some apostrophes in there.
It's like GY apostrophe MY.
Fang. His name is Fang.
Fang. Okay.
Jimmy Fang. There we go.
I like Jimmy Two Axe, honestly.
You can call him Jimmy 2X all you want. I'm not going to stop you.
All right. So then those are so does she lead all of you?
Oh yeah, all of us and the
There are other
and the
boats
others.
too.
Yeah,
How many of you?
he.
I mean, I'm not looking for exact numbers, just like sounds like there's
how
more
many?
than the three that you had, three ships that you had.
Oh yeah, we have a whole base. We have 5 ships.
Oh. Where?
Yeah.
You might need a persuasion check for that one.
I'll do a persuasion check. Yeah. Where's your where do you hail from?
Roll your persuasion check.
Oh, do I get advantage?
You do get advantage.
Okay, good. That's good because I rolled a 3 and a 20, and so it's 29.
A natural 20?
Yes.
Okay. It's like oh
Well, it's 29.
gosh, what's the name of that island? Shit, you're gonna make me get up my island name list.
I thought this was one that you would know, though, because this is like...
this is the one.
Well, no, the problem
thing
is
we
that I
need to
know the
know,
name.
right?
I mean, I know the other names. Okay. We have a secret base on the island of Osmina.
Osmina. Mm-hmm. Okay, how do you spell that? Because
Osmina.
Wait, what? OS?
Osmina.
So we started on the island. We started on like 8 months ago or whenever we started. Because
That was Corin. Karina. That was
Karina.
yeah.
Okay, can I ask? So have you ever been to a nice? Oh yeah, Osmina. It's a great place. Have you ever been to Karina?
I have not been to Karina.
I see. Does your what was your name again? The spellcaster.
The spellcaster or the person? Okay, because if
The
you
one
recall to
that-
the ship, there was like a follower of hers who took the circle and did the thing, but she was the
Okay.
one who handed them the sphere. So it's almost like
Okay, yeah. What was her name? The not your captain, but your leader.
the Weaver.
Leader.
The Weaver?
The Weaver.
The Weaver. Okay, I thought you said the lever. I'm like, what? I see.
Tights, levers. No.
Cold leather. Oh, that's okay. She's the Weaver.
Yeah, she's the Weaver. She makes amazing things and has saved us.
We've seen those amazing things before. The magic is quite impressive. Honestly, we've never seen anything like that except for her. She seems like quite the person.
I know. She's great. Just like you are.
So is Osmina a place that we would know? Like, is that like a?
Yeah, it is one. It is one of the islands in the Sea of Lenses. It is on the south ring of it, and there is a town there that you are aware of. You can't remember the name of because I don't remember the name.
I don't remember. Yeah, it's fine. Basically just like, is that information enough for us to be able to locate it, as opposed to like we're on
you know where the island is, but
we are
it
on the
is,
shrouded island of mystery that no one has ever been to.
you are aware that the southern edge of the island has a lot of reefs, so it's not often navigated. If there is a path through, you wouldn't necessarily know which one it is, so it is a difficult approach by default.
Okay.
I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
So, like my friend here says, we think those woven things are amazing, but we're not quite sure what they do. Could you tell us more about them? Like, what do you know about these bread basket-looking thingies?
Okay, so the weaver makes them and then gives them to her chosen disciples, and they take them to islands, and then they activate, and it's all part of the plan, the work.
So,
the plan.
two things. The first question I have is, you said disciples. So she's more than just like a military leader. She's a religious leader.
Sort of face contorts a little bit, and it's like, I mean, you get the answer is yes, but I'm not sure that's the words that they would put that into. But yeah, you get that she definitely has people. Yeah, she has people devoted to her that are her chosen that get direct access to her power.
So it's a cult of dwarfs. Great.
Yeah, that's actually the next question I had, just out of curiosity. It's like is your fashion sense also attributable to the weaver?
Oh yes, she's very into making sure that we are as beautifully intimidating as we can be.
And you are.
Did that help when you went to Ravenna?
The missions to activate one of the circles, those are usually done by one or two people. They aren't done as a full thing. They sneak in and sneak out usually.
But why? I mean, those possums didn't seem to have anything useful. They were just low-level pirates.
We don't really care about that.
What do you care about?
The work.
The work.
So
she has a plan.
What can you tell me
Tell
about
us about
that?
the work.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not close enough to know the full details. But when this is done, when all of the islands are seeded, it will happen. But I'm supposed to see it, but it's not time yet.
I see. Okay. How many of the islands have you guys seeded? Do you know? I mean, you've been traveling for a while with this crew, right?
I'm not entirely sure. Maybe 4 or 5. Most of what we do as pirates is gather resources needed to build the divine circles.
What kind of resources do you need for those? They look like they're mostly weaving.
They require gems in the center as part of their thing, and we need to find them.
I see. So I guess my question is, it seems like activating the circle is a bit I guess I just don't, but I guess you don't know her plan.
I will remind you that Orc's intelligence is 7 which is -2. So.
Sure. Yeah, I'm trying to. I guess what I'm trying to find out is, I still don't understand why they activated the circle in Ravenna. Like, it's just they were
one
told
of the
to do
ones
so
we
and
need to
they-
do.
they-
We have to do that. That's what we were told to do.
Okay. Yeah. So then the next question is,
What does she like? I would like to know what the weaver likes the best. How can you get into her good graces? Because I'm quite impressed with your crew, and I would be really interested in getting a little closer to them.
she probably likes complete devotion or something.
She
like
likes obedience.
Okay.
that. How often do you retreat from combat like this?
Not often. Usually we would have sunk a ship like this, but you gather through discussion here, their normal plan of attack is to approach, either latch on or board via other means. And then some invisible pixies go around and look through the stocks. And if there's nothing of use, they either leave or sink the ship. And since your ship is mostly potatoes, that may have happened. Meaning that...
they might have scouted us before we even saw.
Yeah.
So the next... So that, I mean, that's fine. We only have potatoes. They probably didn't expect the potato ship to be as well armed, but, you know.
No.
The potato ship.
The love cookie.
Yeah.
The love cookie. All right. Do you have other bases other than the one at...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Asmina? What's the nearest one?
I've never been allowed to go there, but there's the underwater base.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Underwater base. Okay.
And you can go underwater? Well, I guess her disciples can. So
yeah.
I guess I said religious leader, is she more of a goddess or a divine figure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. And what's your name? I'm sorry. That's the most annoying thing is to constantly have to find names. He's Jimmy. No.
Jimmy 1X.
Yeah, Jimmy 1X. No axe right now.
My name's Brack.
Brack?
This is why she's called the baby Jimmy. There's so many Jimmys in Orc.
There's a lot of Jimmys.
Yeah.
And we kicked him in the Jimmys. I mean, there's...
Yeah.
God, Brack. All right, I'm going with it.
Okay, he's Brack.
Brack.
God, I can't do a Brack.
Me either. No one
voice.
can.
Okay. I think this is most of what I can think of, unless any of you can think of any other questions.
No, I was already.
That this guy is most
starting
likely to
get
know.
bored.
He's kind of low level.
Yeah.
But this is already a lot of good information.
I think we should probably bring him. What happened to the possum, by the way?
He's still around. He's
was
on the crew.
released.
He's on the crew.
So we have two prisoners now.
He's not a
Well,
prisoner.
Possum
He's
is
on
his
the crew.
prison.
Yeah, he got
Oh.
joined onto the crew,
He
Okay.
got press ganged.
pretty much.
So
yeah.
I think that we should probably extradite this orc
I mean, we could hand him over to whatever, but
to the authorities. Yeah.
yeah. Except that the authorities, and when we find out if the authorities are trying to find us for murder, just, you know.
Well, it
You
could
are
be
the authorities
leverage.
right now.
Well, I mean, it's the ocean, you know, it's the rule of the sea and all that, but
Well,
point
in that
is-
case, let's just dump him overboard.
wow, I thought you were good.
I am chaotic neutral, so I'm very
Oh,
pragmatic.
okay.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, we're not killing anyone. No.
I don't
We
think
could
we need
use
to
him
kill
as
him.
fuel.
I think we can hang on to him for
Fuel,
now, but
yeah.
the charm does wear off, so I need to. So
So
if
we
anybody
need
has
to-
questions, I need.
How long
people
does it
to-
last? An hour? It's pretty long.
Oh gosh, it lasts a long time, yeah. And they don't know they were charmed.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it.
What are there any other questions anyone wants to ask
1 hour, yeah,
about the ships? About
I mean,
people?
really, no.
yeah. Do you
About-
actually? Yeah. Do all the ships have the those woven things? Because it sounds like if that's your main plan, that would get expensive very quick to attack every ship with one of
Oh,
those.
yeah. It's not always necessary. Sometimes we're able to pull aside smaller ships and just grapple.
Okay.
And then we
It's
have
just
the
in
help
this case
of.
So the Weaver actually goes on the trips with you.
Sometimes. Sometimes she just provides the necessary materials.
Is there a reason why she was on a trip this time?
I believe she was going to the underwater base.
So it's nearby, even though you've never been there.
I don't think it's nearby. I think it just happened to be on the way.
Okay.
Have you ever seen her weak by anything? Like, do you know any weaknesses of hers?
Ugly.
She's ugly.
She doesn't like things that are ugly.
Ah, okay. Well, she also is a bit. Well, I don't finish that sentence. I kind of just mumble to my shoulder.
Wow. Yeah. Don't.
Yeah.
We're not playing good cop, ugly cop right now. We're. Wait,
If she doesn't like ugly things, why does she have such an ugly-looking golem?
Oh,
snap.
snap. Steps up with the insults.
Walker is her personal bodyguard.
Walker?
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of the golem.
Yeah,
Yes.
apparently.
Wow, we got a
is he
step
made of?
walker. Okay.
What was that?
I,
Yeah, a
I
step
want to
and a
know what
walker.
he's made of.
Oh yeah,
Walker.
he seems pretty cool.
Oh, iron, I think.
Texas Ranger.
Iron. She takes an iron golem onto the seas.
Hang on, we've got a gold one. It
Yeah.
seems to
Yes,
have
but
worked out
gold
all right
doesn't
for us.
rust. Iron
I mean,
oxidizes.
you've got a point. What do you think? What? Rust is oxidation.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway,
That's my point.
Oh,
He
right,
rusts.
okay.
So what? That's very good information for us to have. That
Yes, but
Walker
he's
is
also
made
magic.
of iron.
Or
Yeah,
also
that's true.
magic.
he is magic though, and she
Yeah,
does have
but,
very powerful. She has
you
very
know.
powerful nature magic in particular, which is interesting.
Which stops
Do you know where the weaver
oxidization?
came to you from?
I mean, the story as it's told to me is that she was a normal human who she touched a place that no one has been in a very long time and came back with special powers. And she freed us from the dark gods that most orcs follow.
I see.
Huh.
Yeah, sounds very impressive.
Oh, she is?
All right, I think
Well,
that's.
I'm done with him.
Yeah, I think I'm done with him for now. So I guess we'll leave him in the brig.
All right.
Yeah, it's probably safest.
We're not going to throw him overboard. What are we going to do with him? We need to have a plan.
Not necessarily. We can lock him up for now.
You can ask him questions later when you think of more of them.
Yeah, I can't think of any, and
He's also a mook, so his level of knowledge is probably
we've
not
already
much.
gotten way more information than we normally would have, so that's
We're
already
just
good.
going to do indefinite
Indefinite detained.
yeah, and solitary confinement as well. So, and you
He's
call
not
me
very
inhumane?
solitary.
Okay, but we are going to like Rubena, so we could always
Yeah.
like drop him off there or whatever. I don't know.
Well, that's my question. Are we going to, or what?
We're
we
gonna
have to go to Rubena.
Well, are we going
We
to
can
have
say
to?
these.
Yeah, you're already
Yes,
on the way.
because
We do have to go to Rubena. We don't have a choice
No,
about that
but
one.
do we have to drop him off there, is my point.
I mean, we
No,
don't
we don't.
have to, but
okay.
I mean, there's not a lot.
What
else
are we
can
going to do with
him?
him? We don't have anything more to do with him.
Okay.
And he is a pirate, so maybe we get a bounty for mooks, or I don't know.
Well, that's an answer to my question then. That's all I wanted, is to know what we're going to do with him. So,
Yeah, I
answer is-
don't have any good plans for him yet, but I also don't have any more ideas because
no
at least we
I
have
said
a
fuel.
What's that?
Fuel.
yes.
Maybe.
Food, possibly.
Yeah,
All right. So do you all bed down for the night as you approach the next?
yeah.
Probably,
Let's go
yeah.
take a long rest and
Yeah.
relax.
All right.
I don't.
Long rest,
Yeah.
so then I get my...
No one took any damage, did they? Other than
I did.
I think Gilly
okay.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gilly took damage. God damn, that fight! I need to add way more dudes.
No, you don't.
What,
You
12?
had like 12...
Okay,
orcs.
but you say that, but the last time, you know,
Well, actually, the last fight was quite a bit more difficult.
The last fight was brutal.
Since we're taking a long rest, I lose my temporary hit points, right?
Correct.
Everybody does?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good.
just waiting for a level.
Well, Step is not taking a long rest. He's just chilling, so he would technically not lose any type of hit points he has, I believe, unless
Don't they just
Yeah.
run out after a while?
the ones that he
No.
does from his own abilities would reset whenever he does a long rest. And since he doesn't need to sleep, he can simply not long rest.
Yeah.
But I believe the ones from the Mantle of Inspiration would fade on Marissa's long or on Vera's long rest,
Okay.
Right. Okay.
yeah,
or whenever a minute or whatever it lasts for.
yeah, it does not last that long.
Well, I gave myself my spell slot back. That's all I needed to do, I think.
All right. The music chimes that that the RPG party has bed down for the night. Wake up in the morning to Gilly, before you go to bed, Samir approaches and asks, "Hey, can you make a bunch of good berries so that tomorrow I can make them for breakfast? You don't have to worry about like magic stuff."
Sure.
They last 24 hours, so technically what he's asking for is make the good berries now.
Go
so
to
that
sleep.
he can make a good
No,
breakfast.
I'm just. Let me double check my spells.
You used possibly one good berry initially when you went to the island.
So I've got good berry. I used
and you used
Thunderwave. I used
Thunderwave.
a good berry, and I used Create Water. So I can't have any more.
Okay.
You can have like the 8 I've got remaining.
Okay, he takes them.
So, I like how many berries you have just like stuffed in your pockets at all times. That's what your cargo shorts are for.
When I asked
That's
for them
basically
for
the
nibbles.
first thing she does in the morning. So, she has a good berry just in case she doesn't get to eat properly today.
Fair enough. Oh, what do I get next level anyway?
All right. You all sleep and you wake up, and the ship is in the process of pulling into the Rubenberg harbor. There is another ship there. This one has like silver trimmed sails and it's skinnier than your ship, but it's much longer.
Do we recognize any of it?
And you have seen this ship before. This is Ambassador Amadel's ship.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, isn't her rat like gone now?
Her familiar?
Her familiar, yeah.
Well, but she probably knows stuff now.
Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, her ship is about as long as yours, but it's more than twice as long. And it has 3 masts and that weird like ring mast, and it is it's beautiful. It's made of like finely crafted woods, and the sails are triangular and black, but they have like silver trim like lacing up the sides.
Okay.
Show off.
I know, right?
I know, it's really pretty. And I don't think I've mentioned the name of the ship before, so I don't need to do that now.
I guess we'll go and see if we can find Ambassador Amadal. Since I don't feel like wandering around town.
You pull into the dock. The dock master is like, "Oh, welcome back.
Yep.
We've had quite a day since you've been gone."
Oh, tell us about it.
He points to into the harbor. There are about 8 people just hung by the neck.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What happened there?
A lynching? What?
Apparently there was a conspiracy.
Really?
Some sort of fighting pits, and
No.
and Ambassador Amadel came in and cleaned all these people out.
God damn it.
No.
Really?
Really?
This is new news to me.
Yeah. And apparently, she also caught the monster.
Did she?
Yeah.
What happened? What was the monster?
It apparently was a dragon.
And she
What happened
caught
to
it.
She caught the monster. Yeah. Apparently, it was a dragon that was in these fighting pits, which again is horrible. The thought of doing that to such a beautiful and intelligent creature is abhorrent.
Mm-hmm.
And
Does she have the dragon?
I believe that the dragon is on her ship right now.
Okay.
She's going to take it to
Ginny's
the...
going to walk away and going to go straight to the ship.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow.
probably
He's just
Okay.
like, okay.
I'm
And
gonna follow.
it is a
I'm gonna
silver
stick
dragon,
with
right?
Gilly.
Gilly, roll a
silver.
perception check.
All right. Perception. Okay. That is 14.
14. Okay, that's
16.
enough. 16. Okay. All right. You notice that one of the hanging people is the leather worker for leathersmith who was making your
Damn it.
That's
That's the next thing I was going to check.
What?
It's Simon.
It's Simon. It's the leather worker that was making my little harness.
Wait, maybe he finished it.
We'll see. So you approach the dock of the ship of
Another
Amadil's ship, right?
studded leather thong?
Yep.
Nice.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up the gangplank.
You get stopped by two fancily dressed elves, and it's like, "Halt! What is your business here?"
I need to speak to the ambassador.
She knows who we are. I'm going to follow up behind her.
Oh, hang on. I take the wig off. See, it's me.
It's like,
Tell her we're here.
give us a moment, and we will check. And then one of them heads off. And the other one stands there.
I will take the wig from Step and put it back in my disguise kit.
That disguise is too good.
I know, right? They didn't even know who you were anymore.
I know.
The guard returns and bows a little bit and sort of holds his hand out to sort of shuffle you off this way. And then he leads you into her chamber at the back of the ship, which is, again, the whole ship is pretty.
Do we know what the dragon's name was? I don't remember. Did it have a name?
It did not have a name.
It was a wormling. I remember that.
I mean, it was a baby. He might have not had a name before he got captured and all that.
If you recall that it had been captured ever since it was an egg, so it doesn't have any knowledge of...
Was it a boy? I don't remember that either.
I think it was.
I think it was.
So...
And it was
Yes.
a silver dragon, correct?
Yes,
It was a silver dragon.
So most people would know that the metallic dragons are usually good, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so you enter her chamber. It's a little dark. There's a lot of candlelight, but it's not actually candlelight. It's like a magical greenish flame.
Okay, showing off. We get it.
Yeah, and she's wearing. I didn't
better
actually
than we are.
describe what it was, but she's wearing something really fucking beautiful. Something a little edgy but stylish.
And Gilly brushes off her cargo pants.
So
hi.
she looks really rich, right? She's like
she is really
high
rich.
and mighty type.
She's like, imagine if Beyonce was an ambassador in terms of amount of money.
Oh, what a
Now I'm gonna
terrible
think of her as Beyonce.
example. That's
Go
a
ahead.
terrible example because I love Beyonce, but my character hates.
Okay, but she has literally no butt. She's like flat and is elf.
Oh,
You know how
okay,
elves are.
so not quite Beyonce. Sorry.
No,
Thank God,
just
I have
in terms of
something
in
to
terms
hate her
of
for.
in terms of renown and wealth.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I
like-
hate her. I don't like her. I don't.
Okay. Why exactly?
Because that's just how, like, I don't like how society lifts up the high and mighty and like the lowest in the society are always like pushed down, and it's just
But to be fair to her, she's also like a high level something or other.
well, yeah,
that's
but
kind of
fuck
why she's
capitalism, man.
right. But it's not just that she's rich. She's rich because she's a.
She's a level 42.
I think she's literally like level
Warlock.
20, right? Because she was
Judgments.
a jackass and fucking. Wait, am I thinking of Ambassador Amadal?
Maybe
The one who stole the singing contest away from me.
She's a divination wizard, and they get the ability to roll 2 dice and then use that roll
Wait, what?
essentially
A
anywhere.
Singing contest?
Oh, it's before we met
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
during the festival where the Possum Pirates came in. I almost won a singing contest, and then she just showed up and
Now
sent me.
you are aware
Secret
that
Lost Pilot.
she is an actual singer. Like her renown comes from going places
It
and
doesn't
singing.
mean I'm not bitter.
Beyonce.
Anyway,
Well, I don't like her, regardless. I almost
Okay.
this
welcome.
shine.
She scratches her chin like, initially I thought you guys were just a bunch of mooks, and that,
Mooks? What is that?
Oh, we are. It's fine.
but you seem far more capable than I would have thought. It seems that,
Like a flunky, a low level like
yeah,
henchman.
Oh,
it seems that Captain Sweet does have a keen eye for this sort of thing. And you know that she's sort of a rival ambassador for a different power.
They're
Who's your boss, technically, right
they're
now.
shippable frenemies.
I've never
Yeah.
met this person, have I?
Yes, you have.
Yeah, it was like on it was like one of the first episodes though. She
are
was
you
in. She was one of the
sure?
two that was there.
Yeah.
Okay, we were meeting Captain Sweet
Yeah,
right?
I
And
remember
then she
her.
like came in and like demanded stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's her.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I do remember.
Okay. Anyway, she goes on and like, you are more capable than I would have thought. Have a seat, and there's a bunch of chairs all around.
I'll
I
see.
change into a chair.
She points to you like,
Gilly
I still remember
sits-
tripping over you.
Yeah, Gilly sits in a step and puts baby kangaroo on her lap.
Okay.
My vibrate function turns on.
So
Gilly slaps you.
It's
No,
a
like massage.
chair.
Oh, that's fine then.
she just sits there looking at this. I was like,
It's not all about balls and butts.
In this group, yes, it is. Don't lie to me.
Fan art. Still requesting fan art.
For what? What are you requesting it for now?
Okay, this is a
Balls
bit
and stuff.
worrying now.
Just. And
Anyway.
also, Gilly's sitting on Stip's face.
No, didn't we establish his face was in the back?
Yeah.
anyway. So
Fine.
she says that normally coming into she sort of points around, kind of meaning where she currently is, coming into an area that is under our control and massacring a half dozen or so of the locals is a problem. However,
They were kind of jackasses, and
yeah,
They
she rolls her
deserved
eyes a little
everything.
bit. However, sometimes these sort of things present opportunities to strengthen our hold. So here is what happened. There was a fighting pit, which is true. The monster killed all of the people who have died. Killed a bunch of the Trappers Guild on its way out. We, meaning me, captured this monster, brought it in, and we are going to take it to the reserve where it will be able to live a full life. And you guys had nothing to do with it.
that seems convenient for us.
Okay. It's convenient for me because the alternative is starting a war. And I don't want to see
I'm
that right now.
Not really happy about the whole locking up the dragon wormling.
Oh, okay.
No, he's going to like a
Yeah, Judgment wouldn't be aware of this, but Vera would. The reserve is actually a gigantic. It's essentially half of a continent. In fact, all of the land that is occupied by people is less than the size of the reserve.
Vera knows this, but I had no idea about this.
Yeah.
But
In other words,
who
this is not it being put in a cage. This is it being
No,
put
I
in like,
understand, but it's still
Yeah.
not being able to decide for itself.
well,
It's
a
not
baby.
free
I mean, once it's there, it'll be free. We're going to take it to where it can
within
be a dragon.
limits. Why
Well,
not
I mean-
just leave it be?
The limits on this island where there's not enough food for a dragon within 100 miles of here.
Oh,
But again, this dragon is literally a baby. He's like a small child. You know, when he's older, I think that he can decide for himself what he wants to do, and if he wants to remain there, or if he wants to talk about traveling the world. But
I mean, to me, it just sounds like rich, beautiful people taking advantage of vulnerable creatures again, as usual.
it's a baby.
And she says to you, "Isn't that how most of this works?"
Yeah, that's why I object.
But it is a. I know you don't like things being patronizing, but sometimes it is literally a child. He doesn't have the ability to make those decisions yet. When he's an adult, then I will, argue for his ability to decide for himself.
Anyway, even more useful than what you've done on this
I'm just going
island.
to cross my arms and just.
Yeah, even more useful than the service you provided for us on this island. And she picks up this sort of like glass circle that's about the size of a softball and holds it up to her eye and peeks through it. And she goes, "He's not ready to check in yet, but it seems that Henry has made it onto the ship that attacked you,
Yeah,
and will be able to provide some information to me about where it's going, etc., in the near future."
Well, I think it would only be fair, given that you've helped us out here.
Oh no, the pleasure was all mine.
To offer some of the information that we've acquired.
All right.
Also, I would like to discuss the fact that we we fulfilled our mission, right?
That's not a mission with this individual. It's a mission with Captain Sweet, who isn't nowhere near here.
Oh,
that's true. Were we just getting information? We've learned.
Yeah, that's
most
our
of what we
mission.
need.
Yeah, your mission was to
We are to find information about the pirate threats.
Yes.
We did.
Okay.
So
yeah. So okay. Just so you know, what I'm telling her is, she did us a good turn by coming in and defusing the situation here, and I would like to remain in her good graces, and so I am offering her some of our information, and also she might be helpful in case we are sent in to actually deal with this person who seems quite powerful.
But is she not Captain Sweet's superior then?
No, they are technically in rival factions.
Oh, should we
Of
be
similar-
offering
of
up
similar
the
roles.
information that we were supposed to get for Captain Sweet then? Like, I don't know.
I'm not giving her all of it.
Well, that's. I mean, isn't it like
Also, she has
information?
Henry on her. Well, okay, she has Henry.
Right. So she has her own source of information.
I have
We
no
don't need to
particular.
offer.
I have no particular. Okay, let me ask you this: what particular?
Concern?
Well, no. What particular allegiance do you have to the Port Cassia Trading Company?
Money.
Right, and the
We
money was for the
were-
information, correct?
Yes, but I don't want to risk our payment by offering privileged information that we're getting for Captain Sweet to someone else. She might want to keep that silent, especially if they're on opposing sides. Well, or
Okay, but do you think you could keep anything silent from?
She rings a bell during this discussion and tells the person who comes in, summon Brock from the Libkuchen, please.
What?
He's your liaison. So she's like, if you want to discuss that part, you can discuss it with
Brock.
your local
Not
representative.
Brock.
Brock.
Yeah.
Okay.
A few minutes pass. Brock comes in. He's like, he does the standard formal curtsy or whatever to the ambassador as
Maybe more of a salute.
a salute. Yeah. Well, no, they're not in the same. As much as diplomacy demands.
Okay.
And he goes, I believe that your employees would like to share some information, and they wanted to run it by you first. So Brock comes in and says, Captain Sweet has full faith in your abilities, even though things can be kind of a mess.
Yeah.
Seems rude.
Well, they kind of were kind of a mess. And in this instance, Ambassador Amadal has helped us out greatly.
She starts shuffling a deck of cards, by the way.
Given that had she not, we may not have been able to safely make port back here.
I still think we would have been fine.
I'm aware of the situation. And while this, and on that topic, the ambassador interrupts again. She throws Gilly a leather, tiny leather. What was it again?
It was a harness.
And says, "This was apparently completed for you."
Yay! Gilly says, "Oh, the thing I paid for! Yay!"
It is made of kangaroo leather.
What a fuck!
Oh, wow. Oh,
Well,
wow.
I was trying to make some joke about how Jimmy's mother will always be close, but
Oh.
Okay, if you make that joke,
That was
please
not
be
really-
aware Gilly will punch you.
I'm not going to make that joke out loud because it's a little too morbid.
Yeah, thank
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
In any case, here's I have another. Okay, in any case, I'm gonna explain some of the basic things that we got out of Brack.
Brack, she doesn't. She's.
I'm.
You're explaining to Brack about you're explaining to Brock about Brack.
Yes.
So you can
Yes.
tell. Amadel. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, I will just like in general, because I mean,
And he's like,
Brack in no
it's-
particular. Basically,
Yeah.
the
Brock's like, I don't think we have a choice. If she has a spy on their ship, any information we can get out of that will.
correct. It could be helpful to.
useful. And he brings you aside and says, "Look, she is many things, but she does not want to start a war. There are people who are near her that do. So anything that you get from her is probably better than anywhere else from anyone associated with Loris."
And the other thing is, we don't know where this underwater base is, but she presumably will know soon enough because she has a spy on board the ship. And so, getting into maintaining good relations is helpful so that we don't have to try to somehow locate an underwater base if we are tasked to do so. I will explain about Osmina, about the Weaver, and basically what we have learned from Brack to Ambassador Amadal.
She listens intently while shuffling the cards, and then she actually holds them out for you to pick one.
Okay, I'll take one.
Okay. Roll a d4. Let me put 4 down here.
Okay. That is a 3.
Okay. She flips it over and says, "This first card will tell us how you got here." And she flips over. It is she calls it the Silver Crescent. We would know it as the moon, but since no one can see the moon, it's the Silver Crescent, upside down. The Silver Crescent inverted usually relates to like illusions or dreams, and it may indicate that you got here by avoiding a confrontation or a crisis by clinging to an illusion.
I mean, I've literally used illusions to avoid crises.
She indicates for you to draw another card.
Okay. Same thing, or does somebody else want to draw this one? Or should it be me?
I'm still a chair.
I think
Okay, I'll
this
go ahead
is
and do it,
focused on
'cause-
you still. So roll
Okay,
a
I'll
d4.
go ahead and do it because everybody else is kind of doing their own thing. 2.
2. All right. The next card is the Magician. The Magician is usually related. Okay. This card is related to the near future, what you can expect. The Magician is usually related to skill and confidence. It's usually like a call to action to focus on your desires.
Okay.
This last card is related to where you should go when you're lost. And she fans out the cards again for you to pick one.
Okay.
Roll another d4.
That's a 1.
A 1. Okay. A 1. This is the world.
The world.
But it's inverted. So this card usually indicates completion or success. I feel that with it being inverted here, it's indicating that if you're lost, there are maybe some loose ends that you should try to find tie up. And she tells you to keep that card with you.
Okay. I will take the card.
Would anyone else like a reading?
Hells no, I'm not coming anywhere near her. She's a stranger, so that makes me distrust her to begin with, and she is rich and wealthy and special, and that makes me distrust her and dislike her even more. So I'm staying the hell away from her.
She feels a little wounded by this.
That's fine.
Gilly will come forward and do a thing.
Okay. And actually, she wants to but Henry spoke so highly of Nibbles.
Yeah, well,
Okay. All right, Gilly. She fans out the cards again and says, again, this card will be related to how you got here.
Okay.
Roll a d4.
It's a 3.
3. Okay. She turns it over, and it's the Fool.
That sounds about right.
See, the Fool usually indicates like a new beginning or taking a leap of faith and never looking back.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right. Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty gilly.
All right.
You have no idea.
Have some idea.
This next card will relate to your near future, and she fans out the cards again.
That's a 4. I like this D4. I'm keeping this one.
Yeah, this is the one that did all that goddamn damage.
I know. Yeah.
All right, the second card that she flips over is the High Priestess. Let's see. This usually relates to wisdom, specifically like hidden knowledge, like secrets. But I believe this is communicating that some hidden knowledge will be communicated to you, though you may not immediately recognize it.
Fair. That sounds reasonable.
Okay. And this last card, which you can keep, is what you should do when you're lost or stuck.
3.
3. Okay.
It's a good dice.
This is the Sun. This usually indicates joy or success or enjoyment in general. I think that it's indicating that if you were lost, you should try and seek out enjoyment.
Oh, I'm going to go speak to Samir.
All right. So, Steph, would you like to?
Yeah, sure. I mean, since Gilly's got up, I'll turn back into step and...
Gilly's now going, oh shit, I haven't got a chair.
I think I'll just hold out my hand, because if I try and take a card, I'll probably just scrunch them all up.
Okay. Roll a d4. And just point at which one.
It's a 3.
Okay. She flips over the Lovers. This card usually shows some kind of relationship, whether they be actual lovers or just partners. It seems you arrived here through some kind of special union.
We're gonna start shipping Stephen Walker.
Stephen Walker. All right.
That was their meet
God.
cute there.
Would you like to
Saw
see
each
the
other
second
across
card? The second
Yeah.
card would relate to your near future.
The bow of a ship.
4.
4. She flips over a card that all of her cards are really beautiful and like kind of gay, just like mine. Anyway, it has a sort of butterfly look to it, but the card in the bottom says death.
Well,
So this card doesn't literally mean death, like most people imagine. It usually means a transition into something new.
Oh,
Hey, there's a gold golem getting its head chopped off on the card.
This last card, which you can keep, will relate to where you should go when you're lost.
4.
4. Okay. She pulls out her card, puts it down, and it is the Chariot. This card usually means determination or victory. In this context, I would take it to mean that if you're stuck, you should keep pushing on in whatever direction you're going, and your next step will find you.
butthole.
So you have a card of the
Chance
Chariot,
from behind.
and she looks at Judgment again and says, "Are you sure you wouldn't like to?" Okay. She puts her deck aside.
okay.
All right, I can do one more thing for you. And she
Yes.
pulls out a scroll. I can't use this, but I think at least one of you can. And she hands you a scroll of, Speak with Plants.
Okay.
Oh, I can't use that.
I will accept this.
It's usable by druids and rangers and I think one more class. I have to look it up again. I don't know how
As
long
the step.
Yeah. I don't know how long you're going to be in port, but I was watching through Henry when you were looking at the kudzu that had destroyed the village. I think this might help you commune with it in a way that might understand. Actually, no, it's not Speak with Plants. It's Commune with Nature. A much higher level spell.
Ooh.
Okay.
So it's a scroll of commune with nature. If you were to go there and try and commune with this magical monstrosity plant, maybe we would get more information. I don't know.
Okay. I'll take it and give it to Gilly.
Okay.
Gilly will put it in her pouch with her Jimmy.
Okay.
Because I assume that Gilly now has like a proper pouch that she keeps her Jimmy in.
Oh wait, you also got your harness. What is that even? What is that going to do
Oh,
for you?
nothing at the moment.
Yeah,
I've got
that's
to
just the
imbue
first
it.
stage of enchantment for it.
Oh, okay.
It's going to take, I think, 10 work weeks or something to get it done. It's
Oh gosh.
quite a ways out.
But we'll
All
get there.
I believe that's it for this session. Marissa, where can people find you?
You can find me on Radical Town. That is my Mastodon instance. Mastodon is like Twitter, but better.
Just say gayer and less Nazi.
Yeah, that's objectively better. Yeah, you can find me at Cambrian Era at radical.town. Feel free to join us if you like synthwave and Twitter without Nazis.
All right. Cleo, where can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube under Zombie Cleo.
Will, where can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube under Team Satisfaction.
Lisa, where can people find you?
You can watch me be really bad at playing Dark Souls 3 blindly every weekend on Twitch and Mixer. And for more information about that and previews of the upcoming podcast episodes, you can visit my website, superlisa.nl. And also, no Nazis there!
I'm dewtroid, and I stream infrequently at twitch.tv/dewtroid. Our music is by Ian Stalker. We appreciate any feedback you can leave. Also, tell your friends.
Also can confirm, terrible at Dark Souls 3.
Wait, did you watch her, or are you referring to yourself?
Oh no, I watched.
Yeah, she was watching
But
me
also
the other day.
myself, yes.
Yeah.